Blog Talk Radio.
Good morning, America, and welcome once again to Business Credit Radio. This is Saturday, August 3rd, 2013, and it's 11 a.m. Central Time. We're on blogtalkradio.com. Business Credit Radio is the voice for credit and financial professionals worldwide. So, with that being said, I would like to welcome all of our peers and friends domestically here in the United States as well as all over the world. Thank you for joining us this morning. Our sponsor for the show is CMA.
This evening's show is partially brought to you by the Credit Management Association, a proud affiliate of the National Association of Credit Management that has helped business-to-business companies with their credit, collections, and financial decisions since 1883. Contact CMA at www.creditmanagementassociation.org for more details on how CMA can benefit you.
Good morning. I am Phil Philbin. I'm your host for Business Credit Radio, and we are looking forward to a great show this morning. I want to talk to our credit professionals, finance professionals out there. If you are on the line and you want to call in and you want to talk to our special guest today or myself to ask any questions, get any answers, make any opinions, we'll be glad to have you. Dial 347-989-8342. Now, once again, that's 347-989-8342, and then you just dial the pound sign, number 1 on the keyboard. You'll come up on my studio. I will bring you up and say, area code number such and such, you're on the air, live. And you can identify yourself and go ahead from that point forward. Well, today's Business Credit Radio is honored to welcome back Mr. Michael Dennis. We're indeed fortunate to bring him back, and we're going to discuss once again some of the items from his Encyclopedia of Credit. Michael Dennis has over 20 years of credit management experience. He's an accomplished public speaker and the co-author and author of 4 books on credit management, including the Credit and Collection Handbook, Credit Collection Forms and Procedures Manual. Michael has been a featured speaker at numerous national and regional credit conferences. He regularly conducts web-based seminars on topics of interest to credit and collections professionals. He is the author of more than 1,000 essays published in the Encyclopedia of Credit, a free online resource located at www.encyclopediaofcredit.com. Again, that's www.encyclopediaofcredit.com. From that area is the basis for today's show. Our discussion today is going to be the Credit Department organization for the first half. The second half is improving interdepartmental relations. Welcome, Michael, and thanks for coming back on.
It is a great pleasure to be here. Thank you very much for inviting me back.
No problem. I have worked in the credit department for many, many years, and what we are going to discuss today in the first half of this show, which is something entirely new. We've never had 2 different discussions, although they're related, in one show. So I'm kind of excited about this and the subject matter. Credit Department organization, centralized versus decentralized credit operations. Now, I worked in both. I don't know many credit managers out there that have, but there are some. So help us out here, Mike. Start us with telling us about this type of organization.
Well, thank you, Phil. Yes, you're absolutely right. There are most people have experienced one or the other. I, as you, have experienced working in both. And let me be the first to say in this conversation that there are advantages as well as disadvantages of both forms of credit department structure. As an example, and I don't want to elaborate on them. I don't want to list them all. I want to elaborate on each of them. But let's talk about the advantage versus disadvantage. The advantage of centralization is cost. There's clearly a cost benefit associated with having all of your eggs in one basket, if for no other reason than the fact that without the need to duplicate certain functions and certain equipment and certain personnel, in a decentralized organization, the centralized organization has economies of scale and has certain other efficiencies associated with centralization. On the other hand, the decentralized organization, the credit department that is in the state, the region, the area in which the customers are co-located, has a distinct advantage in terms of they are close to the customer. And by the same token, they are close to their internal customers, the sales team, the manufacturing organization, the distribution team, and there are certain clear advantages in being close to the action as it relates to the decisioning process, which is assigned to a decentralized credit organization.
Let me jump in here for a second. You said some very good points there, and I want to talk first about the decentralized advantages. I worked for a wholesale food service distributor for 10 years, and they were a decentralized organization. We had over 35 locations scattered throughout the United States distributing, well, it depends. Some of them were just paper products distribution, and the rest of them were full-line food service distribution centers. Now, we acquired a lot of those organizations through mergers, acquisitions, and we found that the best thing that could be done, and of course I love this a great deal, in order to preserve the methodology, the procedures that were being utilized by the company we purchased, it was more important to keep the credit manager, his staff, his or her staff, as well as the sales managers and their staff, and bring in our, mostly, the most important thing was to get them on our computer system so we're all talking the same language and being able to train them accordingly. That's one of the major advantages that I came up with, and the fact that I hate even thinking about buying a company and people losing their jobs through a centralized situation. What do you think about that, Mike?
Well, I think that I think the statistics that are published kind of speak for themselves. Whether we think it's the right or wrong thing to do, the fact is in the United States that
Would you like to hear more? This is Phil Philbin, the radio talk show host on Business Credit Radio. This full version is available at www.blogtalkradio.com, or you can go to our website at ccma-llc.com. I'm Phil Philbin for Business Credit Radio, and we'll leave the phone lines open for you.